Hey guys, my name is David Huffaker, owner and operator of the Huffaker Group of Keller Williams Realty. I'm here today with my good friends Tana Brewster and Bethany Vooys, and we want to have a quick conversation with Tana about her success as an expansion partner here at the Huffaker Group and what that's looked like for her to grow in her business in her environment there in Atlanta, Georgia, right?
That's right.
Awesome. So let's just jump in. Tana, tell us a little bit about you've had a lot of success coming into the Huffaker Group systems and models, and it's been really cool to see your growth and development there. But take us back to like when we were going through the CV process and really deciding about whether this partnership made sense for us and for you. Walk us through that thought process. Tell us a little about your background before you joined THG and what that looks like for you.
Okay, great. So I was actually a solo agent for about 14 years. And I had come to a point in my career where I was kind of like trying to figure out, what's the next steps. I knew that there was a lot of opportunity and I just wasn't sure how to get there. And I felt like I had reached a ceiling. So I really kind of started, looking around at other opportunities and approached my team leader, and Loredana was like, maybe you should check out expansion. And of course, that led to meeting you and Bethany. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity because I've had such a great experience, just, the learning and the constant development that you guys pour into me. And it's helped me become a better person. And I'm just, super excited about what it means, down the road. And so I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, we love being in business with you. I think the great thing about this journey is, of course, we have systems and really those expansion models that we decided to write out a few years ago as we were really trying to solve expansion. And so it's really exciting for us to see those come to life and to see as we're proving those as we go through those, that they are actually playing out very similar to how we expected them to play out. We went back and tweaked them a little bit, right? But tell us a little bit about, did you have any concerns, right? When you were thinking about expanding or exploring expansion and talking to Loredana, I know some people are thinking these same things, right? Like, should I get into expansion? Should I join a larger organization? What value does that bring? What concerns did you have at that point?
Sure. I mean, I had a lot of concerns, like I said, going back to being already an agent that had some success in the business. And then thinking, oh, well, I may have to give up my identity. That was a big concern for me because I had already established some business. And then, I wanted to be partnered with someone that understood the same level of service that I wanted to give to my clients, or even upscale that. I love the fact that you guys are always trying to deliver that Lexus experience. And for me, it was really important to partner with someone that, could help me and grow my business to a higher level. And then also, there's only so much that you can do as a single agent. And there's a huge opportunity to partner with someone that's already got the tools and, they've got the success behind them. So that was a really great understanding that, it wasn't just about me. It was about you pouring into me and seeing the success of Atlanta. So, that was really the main concern. But after I got into business with you guys, I am so happy that I did.
Awesome. I know that that's one of the things that we've thought through, right? And I think for anyone exploring expansion, everyone does it a little bit different, right? And I think that's what's exciting about it, and maybe also what can cause some frustration. I'll go back to think about, like, as a millionaire real estate agent or the book, those four models are pretty proven, right? Like, we understand the budget model and the economic model and all those things. And when it came to expansion, when it's going to expansion, we're still kind of all failing our way forward with it, right? And so you see different organizations doing it differently. I think it was important for us here at the Huffaker Group that we make sure that you keep that identity, right? We've found that great partners, especially in other cities and other states, have a brand and an image that we want to come alongside of, right? Not replace. Right. Which is why we don't put my face on very many things, right? Why it's the logo and it's the brand. You've heard me say this before. At the Huffaker Group, we kind of consider it a lot like State Farm, right? Or the Huffaker Group is State Farm, and you are the local State Farm agent, right? You are the person in the community interacting with the clients and doing the client events and things like that. So I think that that's really cool. So you, last month, I think, had the highest expansion location in GCI. I think this month you're poised to be the highest expansion location in GCI. And so we go like, okay, what's it been? 10, 11 months.
It's been about
right?
10 months.
And it's funny, right? We see it almost every time, somewhere around that 9 to 10th month, this kind of pivot, right? This flip of a switch to where it just really starts to take off. Why do you think that is? I mean, what have you seen that's happened in your life over the last 10 months that has kind of catapulted you with this success?
I think early on you have to be bought into it and, trust the process, because I know I was, it's hard for me to let go. And, I was in control of my clients and my files and giving that over to the success staff, it was hard for me. So I think once you see that the systems work and then you show up on a high level, we're taught every day to lead gen. So it works. If you just stick with the system and trust the process, I think that's when you start to buy in. And then just seeing the success of other agents, it really empowers me to want to be at a higher level every day. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think one of the things that we've always said is the evidence of success has to be relevant and still spoken about, right? Whether it was back from when I was lead generating or Phil was lead generating, or the growth now of seeing other people go through it. Now you are a testament to the models, and every time it's proven again and again, it gives it more validation, right? I definitely get one of the conversations we have the most with our expansion partners is, being able to stay in your 20%, right? The ideal situation is that all of these systems and models allow you to go out and do what you're really good at, right? Which is work with clients and then ultimately build a team and pour into your people and things like that. And that's hard to let go of, right? It's a challenge. I know most of us as individual agents, we think about it in terms of, well, I need to do it and I do it really well, right? And you and I have had this conversation during coaching about, when you hand something off, you just have to go ahead and assume it's only going to get done at 70 to 75% of what you would have probably done it. And you have to be okay with that, right? You have to be comfortable in that messiness. And every week, right, we're trying to get better at it and make it smoother, ultimately making sure that the client has an amazing experience, right? So Bethany, I'll let you chime in here. What questions do you have? What are your thoughts?
Well, I know, Tana, we going all the way back to the interview process, right? And talking about the intentional development of not only your business, but yourself, right? And I know now, seeing you be so intentional and seeing that business develop, but seeing so much change in you, looking at that, what advice would you give future expansion partners that are looking at these opportunities as maybe a way to take them to the next level?
I think it's really important. It was important for me to not only have a team or be partnered with a good group, but I also, like you said, I had goals that I wanted to be a better leader. I wanted to be a better leader at on my home front, professionally, and all levels of my life. And by joining the Huffaker Group, I've been able to do that, and I've seen myself grow in such a way, because I know I'm not a structured person at all prior to coming to the Huffaker Group. So it was a challenge for me to kind of get my head wrapped around, okay, I got to stick to my schedule. But once I did that, and I realized that was the only way to be successful. And then, the opportunity also has led me to help my market center. David, you teach a great database class. And that, is something that I can help others in the market center. And, partnering with Laura Donna in my, the Alpharetta office has just been huge support. I'm teaching several classes. So it's given me that opportunity to have the fun and teaching others and pouring into them. And that's all about our culture, right? So that's really all it is.
I love that. And you mentioned in there, and speaking of Laura Donna, we love to highlight her because the partnership with market centers and team leaders is where expansion starts, right? And that's how we got to know you, was through that powerful partnership with an amazing team leader. And I've seen you grow not only in those market center relationships with your leadership, but just in the understanding of the value of Keller Williams. And we know we're built on that platform. From where you were when we first started this conversation to where you are today, how do you think your understanding of the Keller Williams value and then the value you're receiving locally in that market center and how you're pouring into that has changed?
I think I was with another brokerage prior to joining. I've only been with Keller Williams for about 2 years now. So it was the best change I needed, because like I said, I was at a ceiling and I was really looking and searching for something to kind of propel me to that next level. And I think with Keller Williams, there isn't a ceiling. Once you've got growth and you've got uncomfortableness, and then you keep growing, and there's really no stopping. And I think that is such a huge, I love stuff like that. I love the motivation surrounded with Keller Williams, and especially with the Huffaker Group culture. We're based on helping others and impacting others. You pour a lot into us to do better every single day and to show up at high level. So I'm really excited that I chose Keller Williams, as well as choosing to be in business with the Huffaker Group.
I love that. I know we are today, and we're here talking about your successes and all the great things you've done. And I know the sky's the limit for you, right? We've talked about your leadership development, your business development. Where do you see yourself in the next year?
Well, I'm actually hoping to expand other partners in Atlanta. Certainly always looking for a great talent. I certainly I'd like to grow to several buyer's agents, and really just kind of expand our brand all throughout Atlanta.
Yeah, I think it's cool when you go back and look at as we start out, right? And we've always said it's about a 12 to 18 month journey, right? In order to build the foundation and get all the parts in place and really to just digest the information. And then as we look up, again, we have these models that we've written out to continue to grow and develop. We talk about the leads, listings, and leverage, right? The triangle, and then kind of how we've added to it the leadership and the legacy and the longevity of it. I love watching your growth as a leader, right? I think it's really exciting to see that next level of conversation as we struggle through it, right, and fail through it, and we've been there, right, and we've been on this journey, and I continue to strive to be a better leader, and I see you showing up at a high level. So first, thank you for that, right? Thank you for the dedication to developing yourself and your company and our shared company. Last. What advice would you give someone? Someone's considering joining an expansion organization or looking to grow themselves. Where do they start? What should they be doing?
I would certainly reach out to your team leader. Obviously the Huffaker Group is I'm so glad I chose to be partnered with you guys. It's super important to just understand where you want to go, and partner with people that kind of have that same face and that same direction. Like you said, every expansion team is so different. So you really need to kind of look at a few of them and go to their, home offices and just make sure that they're, the core values are really, paired up with what you're about. So I think it's just been great. I know the process was a little bit long, and I think that's always great because you shouldn't jump into business, quickly. You should be able to make good decisions. And I appreciated the whole process of, understanding your culture and how it would, empower me. So, but there's a lot of opportunity with expansion. I think a lot of people don't understand it. And I'm so glad that my team leader suggested it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Guys, there are so many options when it comes to expanding in Keller Williams. And I think you're right. I mean, taking the time to understand there's no right or wrong, right? I think that's what's really cool about it right now is as we're all exploring and looking at the value proposition of each individual organization, I think that there's a right fit for everyone out there as they're looking, depending on what they're looking for. And I think you're exactly right. Almost all expansion organizations are going to support you in terms of leads and listings and leverage in some capacity, right? So beyond that, what's the value proposition? What's the growth plan? What is the culture, right? Are you alike, or can you add value, right? It doesn't even have to always be that you see eye to eye on everything, right? Like obviously, the larger we get, it's challenging to get everyone to see eye to eye on everything, and that's okay. I think that if you're in an organization that's open to feedback and looking for ways to get better, that could also be a good fit for someone who has a lot of great ideas. So in summary, I just wanted to say thank you so much for partnering with us for this business relationship and friendship that we've developed. I love coaching you, and I love your attitude. You show up at a high level every day, and we appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
Bethany, anything you'd like to add?
I mean, I think we covered a lot, but I would echo what David said. I mean, being in partnership with like-minded individuals has grown not only who we are, but we've seen that in your growth. And that has been the most exciting journey in expansion, is we know that it impacts far beyond one singular individual. And now you're impacting your market center and your community and agents around you. And that legacy is one that leaves really a lasting imprint. And that's the one that I'm so excited to see you continue to just follow along in that journey.
Well, I'm so excited to be with you guys. Thank you.
Bethany, if someone wants to find out more about expanding, I know they can talk to their team leader specifically to get in touch with you for expansion with the Huffaker Group. What's that look like?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of ways to reach out. The easiest way is always just to email me directly at expansion@thehuffakergroup.com. And we also visit our website, which is jointhg.com. You can find a lot of links for how to get in touch with us and also a little bit more about the role, right? If you want to be added to those email lists where you're seeing feedback from our expansion partners or our leadership about who we are as a company, please contact me, and I'd love to add you to that list so we can stay in communication and help you learn about all that expansion has to offer.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.